Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Thompson of drlisamthompson.com, and in today's video I want to share with you the 4 phases of learning, which is going to help you so you don't get frustrated when you don't see results right away when learning a new skill. You see, our brain is a pattern-seeking mechanism. We learn in patterns, so whenever we're learning a new skill, we're never going to be good at it the first time, okay? And this is why, because our brain goes through these 4 key phases of learning, okay? So the first phase is what is called unconscious incompetence, and that means we have no awareness of a skill that we need to learn. Then from there, we progress to our conscious incompetence. And what that means is that we are now aware that we don't know how to do something and it bothers us to the point where we need to take action. So then we progress to the third phase. And the third phase is conscious competence. This is the phase where we have to work and take action. We have to learn the skill, and then we have to do the skill over and over again until all of a sudden we get to phase 4, which is called unconscious competence, where we can perform the skill without any thinking. It is so, we have developed such a memory for developing this particular skill that we can do it literally without thinking. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples. I'm going to give you an example of how our brain uses it in our daily life, and then how it will be used in developing and growing your home business. The first thing we're going to talk about, you may have heard me say this before, is when you're learning how to brush your teeth. So the first time, when you were a little child and you're with your parents, mom and dad, you don't know how to brush your teeth are finally coming in, you had that first visit to the dentist, and now you're learning how to brush your teeth. And so mom and dad are like, okay, first you take out the toothbrush, and then you add the toothpaste, then you're going to brush so many times on each side, you rinse your mouth, and then you're going to add mouthwash, and then you floss. All right, there are all those steps. And so when the child is first learning, and when you were first learning as a child, you didn't do all those steps correctly, okay? Mom and dad had to cue you a lot in the beginning when you were first learning as a young child. They'd have to be in there with you and supervise you, maybe giving you a little hand over hand when you're learning how to brush your teeth and putting how much to put in the cup as far as mouthwash, and then where to put your toothbrush and toothpaste when you were all done, so you cleaned up the area. So as you were learning that, and you went from not knowing how to brush your teeth to knowing that mom and dad and the dentist are saying, okay, now you got to brush your teeth, which is phase 2. Phase 3 is where you are now learning how to brush your teeth, and so mom and dad are with you and they're watching you when you brush your teeth in the morning and before you go to bed at night. And then finally, you've done it so often that now when you brush your teeth, do you think about all the steps that are involved? No, you just do it, okay? Because you've done it so often. And think about back then, when you were a young child, you probably didn't get upset as much and you didn't crumble like a cracker when you were learning how to brush your teeth. You had to get it done. That was the way you had to do it. You couldn't go and do what you needed to do until, you couldn't go and watch TV, or you couldn't go out and play with your friends until you got that teeth brushed, all right? And you had to do that with mom and dad, so you learned that you had to get it done. Now, in business, all right, what people tend to do is they tend to compare their results to someone who is making 6 figures when you're first getting started, okay? The person who's at the 6-figure level at a particular skill, they are at that point of unconscious competence, okay? If you're first getting started and you're at phase 2, all right, phase 2 and phase 3, okay, you can't expect to get to that phase 4 and make all of that money right off the bat, okay? You've got to learn the skills. So at phase 2, so let's say, you want to learn how to, get more reps and customers into your business with Facebook Lives, all right? You've never done a Facebook Live before. So you go in and you're learning how to do the steps involved in doing a Facebook Live, all right? You're learning the 4 key steps in learning a Facebook Live, where you're doing, you're doing the introduction, the question, the content, and the call to action, okay? That's basically your 4 elements of a Facebook Live video. And when you first do it the first time, you're probably going to forget one or more of those steps, okay? And what people tend to do is they don't stay in phase 3, okay? They don't stay in phase 3 long enough to master it. So they feel that if they don't get it right the first time, nobody watches, nobody's commenting or, reaching out to them, they give up and quit. So what you need to understand as you're growing your business, you have to stay in phase 3. How long does phase 3, you stay in phase 3? You do it until you're able to do the skill without thinking, and you're going to start seeing results, because the more you do it, the more confidence you're going to get, and that is also going to have more people reaching out to you, and they're going to want to watch, okay? People's attention spans are less than 8 seconds these days. So being in phase 3, in the conscious competence phase, you have to stay in that phase long enough, all right? There's no set time frame for staying in a particular phase, and we stay and we put these self-imposed time limits on phase 3, and I think we got conditioned with that when we would buy products or services, and they would have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So it's like, oh, I haven't seen results in 30 days. Well, then I'm just gonna, get a refund. All right, and we've conditioned our brain to think like that, and so a lot of times we're not going to see those results in 30 days. It may take 60 days. I have heard of successful entrepreneurs. One of my good friends, Lisa Torres, all right, she has been in network marketing since 1995, and in the first 19 years, she made a total of $20 in commissions, and it wasn't until the 20th year where things finally clicked, and now she is a multiple 6, and I believe she's crossed the 7-figure earnings, okay? And she did it because she stayed in phase 3. She kept learning, she kept taking action. And now anything she creates, products, content, sales are coming like daily. She enrolls between 5 and 23 new reps every month into her business. And she does it with, because she's hit phase 4. Okay, so how long do you do it? You keep going until you reach your result despite any obstacles. And you keep staying in that phase 3. You keep focusing there. Okay, so I hope you found this video valuable today to do a quick review of how we learn the 4 phases of learning. We go to number 1, unconscious incompetence. We're not aware of what we're doing. We're not aware of how to do the skill. Phase 2 is conscious incompetence, where we know and we are now aware that we don't know how to learn a skill, and it bothers us enough to take action, which is phase 3, which is conscious competence. And in conscious competence, that's the skills where we're learning the skill sets to grow and work on mastering a skill. And we keep going with that skill set until we've mastered it despite any obstacles that come on our path, where we finally achieve phase 4, which is unconscious competence, where we're able to perform the skill without thinking. So if you got value today, leave a comment and share. And if you're not on my newsletter, I want you to go to workwithdrlisathompson.com, put in your best email address, and I'll send you your email box my latest tools, tips, and strategies to help you grow a full-time income while only working part-time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.